We continue to feature the work of artists right here in Trinidad and Tobago on the Now Morning Show. This week we feature Shonari Richardson. He's a contemporary artist who specializes in figurative and landscape paintings with a concentration on portraiture. Of course, he was born in Scarborough, Tobago, and he'll be joining us on the show later on this week so you can get to meet him and get to know him a little bit better. We'll save him for Tobago Thursdays because he is from Tobago. However, this morning, I want you to, well, I can't say meet because he's been here several times before, and he's back with us again this morning. John Michael Thomas joins us on set. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Rockers.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Always happy to be here.
Now, you know, certain times of the year, we expect to see you around. When it's Christmas time, we expect to see you coming and telling us about your concerts.
Right.
And of course, Mother's Day is approaching.
Yes.
And we have an evening with the Tenors happening at Queen's Hall.
Yeah.
That's happening on Mother's Day itself.
On Mother's Day itself.
Tell us about the show.
A bit of a risk taking, but every year I have a Mother's Day show. Well, except for the pandemic. Well, it was online.
Right.
It was online. But so every year we have a Mother's Day show. It's very well attended. People quite love it. And this year I decided to go with the Tenors. So we're going to have a big band orchestra. Led by Carl Anthony Hines.
Okay.
And we have quite a few brass members in there. And also the Tenors will feature Jermaine Scott, her main style of playing is roaring 20s. So we're going to have like a big band sound coming from the brass and Jermaine Scott. We're looking forward to that. And we feature Wendy Shepherd, Trisha Lee Kelshaw, Rose. Her name is Rosanna Winchester Hernandez, but her sobriquet is Rose.
Right.
And also we feature Jesus.
Jesus too? Oh, it's a good feature to have. Tell me about the three tenors in question.
Sure.
There's you.
Yes. There's Andre Mangatal and of course Edward Cumberbatch.
Tell me, I want to get into a little bit of a conversation. I know we're talking about the show and thing, right? But for those people who may not be too clear on music and musical terms, when you say tenors, I think instantly the first thing comes to mind would be tenor pan, right?
Right.
So is it that these people sing, you being a tenor, sing in the range of a tenor pan?
Absolutely not. The pan was dominated by males.
Right.
And for a female to play the pan is a little bit taboo. So they named the pans after themselves.
Oh.
So the tenors is the highest range of a male singer. And so the tenor pan is the highest range in the steel orchestra.
Right.
Really and truly, it's a soprano pan. So...
Well, I want to chalk that up to the differences between instrumentation versus vocal arrangement.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
So in terms of vocalists, you go as high as soprano or you have mezzo-soprano?
I mean, no, you have soprano.
Soprano is the highest?
Soprano is the highest.
Right. So that's the Mariah Carey,
Well, Mariah Carey's voice is special. Mariah Carey's voice is actually very alto. And she goes into a whistle, a belt, and then a whistle.
Right.
Her middle range is actually not there. When you listen to a Mariah Carey track.
So she's an alto that can belt
she's an
up.
alto that sings in a whistle tone.
Right. And all right, so give me an example of a soprano then. So that we
soprano. Clarice Beepert is on the show. And Alyssa Joseph, my two prodigies, are on the show. When you think of soprano, who would be more of a soprano?
Whitney.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston is more of a soprano. But Whitney would usually sing in the alto range. The pop is usually sung in chest voice and belt voice, and opera is usually sung mostly for females in the head voice if you're a soprano,
right,
and in the chest voice if you are an alto.
What's the difference between a chest voice and a head voice?
Oh my God, chest voice is what males sing in,
right,
and females, well, males will also sing in head voice, but if we want to sing in falsetto,
okay.
It's morning time.
I know it early. You warm up and thing. But that's all right. I wanted us to get into the differences so that people are clear on it. Because sometimes I get confused as to, I hear these different names, being bandied around as.
Right.
So what's a mezzo-soprano?
A mezzo-soprano. A mezzo-soprano is somebody, in my opinion, who's superwoman. A mezzo-soprano
Like a Destra?
sings. All right. Mezzo-soprano sings with chest voice and head voice. And so they sing in two different worlds.
At the same time?
At the same time. So they have more, in my opinion, more color in their tone.
Yeah.
Sopranos, though, they soar really very, very, very ridiculously high. But mezzo-sopranos can go up to a C.
And these are usually only female? Or they have male sopranos?
Well, that's a whole other story. Back in the day, we used to have something called castrati. And now we have males that claim that their natural voices are falsetto. That's a debate. People just say, because I have the ability to sing in falsetto.
Yeah.
If I warm up my voice enough, I could sing all day falsetto.
And just to be clear, the falsetto tone is like the Pharrells and those kind of guys use that falsetto.
I guess so.
Yeah, that sort of. I'm trying to think of somebody locally who does that falsetto. Multi-symptom. Would he be?
I guess so.
Yeah, you keep guessing.
And
so
Fireball.
Fireball. That's a perfect example. Fireball. All right, I can work with that.
Kevin Carter.
He sings in falsetto.
Well,
Not head voice.
well, it's basically the same.
Head voice
thing.
and falsetto is the same thing.
For males.
Ah, very, very interesting. How do you decide on the repertoire that you're doing for a show?
Oh my. Well, in this case, I wanted to bring something that would appeal to my audience. In Trinidad, we have interest in people who would like to hear opera, but as just like how Trinidad is a cosmopolitan place, we like our playlist the same way, and so
Because opera light.
yeah, well, there we go. So at the beginning, I have a lot of pop opera.
Right.
And
Popra.
Popular opera. And then in the center of the show, we have a big band jazz,
Right.
Frank Sinatra, and we do a lot of local folk songs. And
Nice.
so it's like Harry Belafonte-esque. And then at the end of the show, we have the popra, which is actually a genre.
Okay.
Which is not popular opera, but it is a mixture of the style of singing operatically, but popular songs.
Okay.
So Regresa Me, let's Unbreak My Heart from Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So
But in Italian.
We would, right. And we would sing it operatically.
I hear you. How much are the tickets for the show? And where can they?
We have 3 chairs of tickets usually, $250 for general, $300 for special reserved, and $400 for VIP with the cocktail before.
With the cocktail beforehand. So there's a gala happening before the show starts.
Yes, at the newly launched Garden Theatre at Queen's
At
Hall.
Queen's Hall. So tickets are available at Queen's Hall?
Of course.
Are they also available anywhere else?
No. They are
Only available at Queen's Hall.
And you can get them online.
Okay.
At Queen's Hall.
At Queen's Hall.
TT.com.
All right, fantastic. Well, John, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and for giving us a little class in music there. And in choir class, I guess. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to also encourage each and every one of you to go out there and make a difference today now, because together we aspire, and if together we perspire, then together we definitely can achieve. On behalf of Kimberly D'Souza and the entire team here at TTT, I want to wish you a fantastic Monday. I hope that you have a great start to the week and that you make the most of it. We have Roxanne Suraj coming up at the top of the hour with major network news. But for now, I go on. John, have a great day.
You too, man. It was a very interesting interview.
Of course, I say thank you again going out to Shonari Richardson for providing the artwork that's on set today. Do enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you guys tomorrow, God's willing.